Alright, what's up guys? We're doing a VOD review of our submission here today. I want to start a new little series where people submit their VODs and I do my best to help them out in any way I can, and hopefully everybody can learn something and improve. Do keep in mind that everything that I'm talking about just comes from personal experience and personal opinion, so I don't claim to be some kind of gold or anything like that. Obviously I have some experience and I just want to share my thoughts with you guys today. But I do want to definitely make more of these. I think it'd be a lot of fun and hopefully be able to help a lot of people. Alright, let's see here. So that's a good angle to take in as Magic in the very beginning, since you really won't be able to go to the left side here. So looping to the right and looking if you pressure their tanks to they overextend. I think that's a smart idea. Or what you could also do is you can go through this door here. Through this door and then go all the way around and try to pick up one of their squishies. But since I think he walks around here, around the corner, and sees the tanks, he tries to cut them off and apply a lot of pressure. You could easily kill one of the tanks here if they're pushed up a little too forward, so I think that's a good decision. Team is getting kind of abused. Applying pressure on the shark here is smart. They're basically just down a healer. If you get this pick here on the shark, then that'd be really good because you're putting your team at 5v6. Nice, nice. The rest of their team is brawling and fighting. It looks like they're mainly winning the fight. So let's kind of throw on the shark, putting their self out of position so far away. It just gives your team a big advantage. Just dodging around. Nice little pick on the Bucky. And the rest should be just clean up pretty much. I think that going for the pick on the shark, definitely the right move there. That was just kind of a throw on their part. Some good picks here. This might be a little too deep. Thankfully, your teammates are all with you, so that's definitely a good thing. You guys clean up, which is good. Generally, I'll try to not push past that little door. Like I said, thankfully teammates were there to back you up. This ulti, honestly, I'm not really sure why you want to pop your ult here. Like, you guys already won. You have a huge stagger on the Bucky. Instead of popping ult, what you could honestly do here is you could go around here and then you can E all the way on the high ground on the roof. And then once they walk over here, once they walk past this point to hold down the payload, then from around this corner up here, you could easily... Oh man, that's so chalked. I've been writing on the screen, but I didn't know that OBS doesn't even capture it. Whoopsies. Let's see. Display capture. Maybe this will work better. I wonder if it's visible now. Okay, it's visible now. Sorry, I'm an actual idiot. I don't really want to restart a whole video, so we'll just keep going. Quick to recap real quick. You walk around here, around this big rock. You E-dash on top of the high ground. Once they walk past this point to protect the payload, then you can be around this edge over here on the roof, and you can pop your ulti and just come in from their backline. Hopefully your team will be in position to, help you out at that point, but if not, then you can just, ideally make something happen. So I think ulting here, probably not a great idea, since you basically have a good stagger, won the team fight, putting a lot of pressure in. You do only have 2 on payloads. Looks like they're fighting in the background. which is obviously something you don't really probably know until they start getting picks, but yeah, so the payload didn't even move, and popping ulti there basically didn't really give you anything. It didn't give you any kind of advantage, and those skills that you got didn't really have the good, like the best value. It's pretty good reaction time with the little Sharky ult. That's good. If you can kill him here, that will actually not be bad for you. Although you guys are down 2 already. Yeah, little Sharky's annoying. Honestly, I'd probably ditch him here and try to just back out and regroup with your team. It's smart. Panther's popping off. As soon as you see those kills with Panther, you just like walk forward, abuse these tanks. This Bucky is trolling a little bit. He should die here for sure. Nice. So we're 41% on ult. Honestly, here, I was gonna say that. Literally just charge your Q. I mean, your Q. You right click, try to get any additional ult charge. Rushing the item here is good. You and Spider-Man should easily be able to get this pick. At this point, just trying to live. Super important. Let's see. So we killed the Atom. You guys are up 1. You know, we'll Scarlet in the back, abusing your Spider-Man, Magneto and a Bucky. Panther's creating chaos. Honestly, here, not too much you could do. Ideally, if you can live at this point and just back up towards your team, that would be good. Alright, teammates are getting abused a little bit. Cap the point, that's good. I need to get used to the colors in spectator mode because for me pink is enemy and green is like friendlies. Alright, pressuring the Atom's good. Unlucky on the E. I think that's fine. Getting double pick here is good. Popping off. Kill the Scarlet here, that'd be really good. Ideally, I would probably, after killing the Magneto, I would probably try to back up. Damn, replays suck. I think after this Magneto pick, I'll probably try to get out, because if you think about the situation, like, you popped off, you did good, I'm proud of you, but this is a 3v1, and there's also a Scarlet alive nearby, and you could easily die here, and then you just stagger yourself. So just something like that to think about when you're going in the situation. I mean, you got the pick here, which is good. That's a stagger for them, but can your teammates even capitalize on it? You guys are basically all up, but they're still fighting in the background. So if they can push up off these kills, that'll be good. But also, if you die here, their team will reset before your team gets to do anything. Yeah, that's a good dodge on the Sharky. Killing Sharky would be important here. That's the thing about ulting a Shark. Unless you catch them in a one-shot, it's really hard to keep up with them. They can easily get away from your ultimate. Yeah, that was close. He almost got out. In a situation like this, where you can't really make anything happen with your ultimate, probably in this choke here, I really wish this was like a rewind 10 seconds instead of 5. Once I see that I can make something happen here, and I know that my entire team is way over here, I personally wouldn't walk through this door. It's a bit sketchy, because you know, most likely their whole team is going to be walking out here, and if you walk out of here, they could easily pick you off. And knowing that your ultimate's also about to expire, you're putting yourself in a position where you could get caught in your ult animation and just die. So if I can get the kill here, I will just backtrack, and I'll just go back where I came from, regroup with my team, and then maybe look for a brawl on the front line here, or walk over here where the little window is and try to get a pick from the back line from that side. So I think this is a little greedy probably. Even though Venom's there and they're trying to support you, you're too low already. And then just end up picking you off. I'm not even sure what happened to the score, not the scoreboard, but the player cards appearing. I've actually never used this interface before, so I'm a little confused. See controls, follow camera, blah blah blah. Enable director mode. Maybe that's what I pressed. Yeah, I actually kind of like this a little better. I can see a little bit more of what's going on here. So playing around the corner here, not bad. Definitely a little risky against the Penny. I'm not sure why even the replays are lagging. Yeah, so Sharky is a little hard to kill unless you catch him in just like straight up knockup, and I wouldn't personally waste too much time trying to chase him around. That's a bit unlucky. You got webbed around the mines. Also body block too. That's a good charge. Definitely catching a tank out of position. It is Magneto, so he has bubbles and stuff like that to get away. It's kind of hard to kill him, but putting that pressure is still important. Nice. Get a little pick here. Gotta watch for the Scarlet ult. Here, definitely a risky position. Honestly, the same thing I talked about before in this little room, especially like in a position like this, where you know that your teammates are fighting all the way from back here, and you know there's multiple people here, especially a Bucky, like this Bucky being on the right side here, is super crucial information, because right now he could be charging his hook, and as soon as you walk through this door here, he could hook you and then you just insta-die. Like you won't even be able to portal or do anything else, potentially, and then you can just stagger yourself that way. So you have to be really careful when you make these decisions. It's high risk, high reward, right? Because you could walk out of here and you could potentially get a pick, like let's say on the Atom up here, but just knowing that you're so separated from your team and there's like nobody really here that can help you, it's like really risky, and you do end up getting punished for it. Sometimes it's best to take like an extra second and just think about like, okay, if I go out of here, what's best case scenario? I kill one and then I probably die, which basically leaves your teammates to... That's the one thing, right? I always say that you're the only variable you can control, and when you eliminate yourself from being a variable for X amount of time, then you're leaving the game in the hands of your team. And that's just something that me as a player, when I'm trying to improve and learn, I try to be very cautious with what I do sometimes. I mean, obviously I'll make mistakes and I'll make greedy plays and stuff like that, but I always think like, okay, I'm the only variable I control, and then if I'm out of the equation, then I'm leaving the rest to just like, I'm praying my teammates are winning this team fight. You know what I mean? Okay, so your ultimate usage is, I feel like a bit super greedy, mainly because you are down one already, and then another one dies, so you're down, believe a Penny. No, Luna. Okay, so you're down one support, and being down one support and popping Dark Child is super risky, because even with the overshield and everything, you could easily die in your ultimate. And now your other support dies, and we're going into a full team. Unlucky on the web, right? But even if you don't get webbed, I'm pretty sure you still just die here. Mainly because both of your supports just died. You had information on one of them dying, but I think that should still be like a bit of an indicator to not necessarily ulting. Okay, it's a good pick. I don't know what this Scarlet's doing and why she's there. Nice. We get 2. If we can capitalize on this Atom Rest, that'd be really good. I think here, as soon as you hear this, you're actually in a really good spot to punish him, right? So we kill the Bucky, we hop on the high ground, and you see the Atom, right? And then you hear him popping his ultimate. I believe you have your cooldowns. I don't know why I can't see all of that. I messed something up. Match stats. Is it P? Okay, never mind. I'm trolling. Short chat. High play. Hot mouse. Short panel. Okay, I'm not really sure. Team info, maybe? Okay, there we go. I'm freaking trolling. I don't really see anything about, like, seeing your cooldowns and stuff like that. But anyway. So you hear the res, and if you have your dash in your portal here, I would just straight up portal dash on him. And then I will just try to go from behind, probably, like, over here. And then I'll just drop a demon facing this way. So anybody that gets rezzed is just getting insta-shredded by demon because they're not going to be at full HP. If that makes sense. So you could have definitely went in a bit sooner and just like punished both Adam and the Bucky. You do get them down eventually, which is a good thing, but that's just something that I will do personally. Okay, we're getting some good heals here. Whoever's in Sharky ult is cursed. Sharky also, just have to remember that it has insane amount of burst healing. And it's really hard to keep up with it when it goes underground. So, sometimes it's just not even worth chasing. Let's go back here a second. Alright, so if I see that I just cannot make something happen, at this point, I know that they're probably going to be respawning soon. And I would probably back up here. If I can kill him, honestly, I would probably just go for the Atom. I think target priority. You know they're just going to keep doing the same thing. Go under, pop a bubble, heal itself. At this point, when you portal here, you just straight up go for this Atom. I mean, he is so close that you come out of this portal right here, and you just straight up charge him and just combo one-shot him. He may have his little bubble thing, I don't know what it's called, but just switching your target priority in an instant is really important. Because throughout the course of this game, you should have noticed that this shark is kind of hard to kill, right? Like, he's moving around, he's doing all these things, and it's just hard to keep up with. And yeah, just switching your target priority here will be definitely useful to you. And then if you can't one-shot the Atom, I will definitely just back out. You guys are down some people. We're a little too deep and high risk, high reward, right? Like you could have killed both supports and then backed out, but your teammates are getting abused in the backline and you're just a little too deep. Alright, Spider-Man's getting picks. I think this ulti is fine. There's enough pressure here to where you guys can make something happen. Should be able to just run over their team. Unlucky on the little wall there. Yeah, I think brawling all these people here is fine. Your teammates are close enough to help, and they're also fighting in the back end. Unfortunately, they're losing their fight, so there's only so much you can do. See, these are the situations where sometimes I get confused, because you may not be getting kills, right, but you're putting in a lot of work, okay, and what I mean by that is, so, you and Spidey are fighting Adam here, Spidey dies, which is just unfortunate. At this point, let's see, you guys are still up 1, okay, and you're basically holding hostage both of their tanks. Okay, the tiny left, okay. So you're basically holding hostage 1 DPS, one tank and one healer, because pretty sure this guy turns around and tries to help trying to help his teammates. So you're holding 3 people, and even though you have Spidey down, that's still a 4v3 at best. You know what I mean? That's a really big value. Danny's on point, Scarlet's on point, Sharky's maybe on point. Like, these 3 people are sitting here brawling you and fighting you, and your teammates still have a 1-person advantage. So I think this is a good value, and a lot of people overlook stuff like this. Obviously, you could have died. I mean, 2 of them walked past you pretty fast, but then also Scarlet's pulling back to peel you. You're distracting people. I think that's a good thing. It's just unfortunate they're losing their backhand. Like, even though you didn't hold them for as long as you think, I think just distracting them there for a second is still good. Teammates losing on the backhand, not ideal, but it happens. Those are, like I said, just the variables you cannot control. Okay, so they have ultimates here. Moon Knight, definitely not in ideal position. I think going for the Scarlet's okay. You do have to keep in mind she does have a lot of movement and can get away from fairly easily. Yeah, that's just penny life. It's so hard to kill the big bind thingy with magic that sometimes it's not even worth going for. But yeah, it looks like they're just winning here. So I mean, you guys were losing. I know what you were thinking. You wanted to go from the back line and try to clean up some kills, destroy the penny mine and go back in. So I don't think that's a bad idea. You didn't really have many other options to pursue here. This is basically like last fight ultimate, so I think that's fine. Not being able to destroy those mines there is super unfortunate. I mean, that's basically what you died to. If anybody else was able to shoot that mine for you, you probably potentially kill their whole team and you guys win the game, right? So I think you guys here just lose. Key things to point out. I think you have a decent understanding, obviously, of like magic and what's going on. The 2 biggest things I'll say is fix your target priority. Make sure that you don't focus too much on people that you can't kill. And if you see that you can't kill somebody, but somebody else shows up that is a lot easier to kill, just like on the spot, just switch targets. Like the Shark and Adam example, that's a good example. So target priority, super important. I think you brawling with the tanks and also trying to punish the tanks when they're overextending, I think that's smart. It's definitely a good idea. The other main thing I want to point out is your ultimate usage. Make sure that you really pick your timings when you ultimate. You're so easy to shut down that you just have to, like, magic thrives on chaos. The more chaos is going on in the enemy team, the easier your ultimate's gonna be. Try to pop it from like really creative spots, popping it behind cover, dashing in the air, portaling midair, and then just swinging as you're falling down. You genuinely have to be kind of creative when you use her ultimate, because it's so easy to shut down if you just pop your ult, pour the wind, dash in, start swinging, people will just turn around and kill you. So yeah, outside of that, I think everything was fine for the most part. Maybe a couple positioning errors, but that just counts with, you know, playing the game more and having a lot more experience. So yeah, focus on target priority, focus on ultimate timing, and seeing when the enemy team is too pressured. And yeah, I hope this helps. I do want to do a lot more of these. If anybody's interested in submitting their VODs for review, I'll leave a link to the Discord channel, and you can just hop in, drop a VOD code, or just Twitch video, or whatever works for you, and I'd be happy to go through them, and hopefully we can all improve on Magic together. I'll make this a nice little series, and I'll try to get as many of these done. As long as people are submitting, then I'll keep uploading them. Alright, I'll see you guys on the next one.